Have you ever walked into a room and felt every eye turn to you without you saying a single word? This ultra-rare ability to spark intense interest before you even open your mouth is what separates magnetic men from the invisible ones. It's as if you're a magnetic beacon in the darkness, drawing everything and everyone into your orbit without needing to shout or exert effort. Pay close attention to what I'm about to reveal to you now. Most men believe they need elaborate pickup lines, rehearsed conversations, or some verbal trick to spark interest. They are completely wrong. True interest, the kind that makes a woman turn her head and not be able to get you out of her mind, happens in absolute silence. Do you know what your biggest problem is right now? You are invisible. You walk into places as if you're part of the furniture. People pass by you without even registering your presence. You feel that tightness in your chest when you realize no one notices your value, that your presence makes no difference in the environment. And the worst part? You watch other men with half your potential, attracting all the attention while you stand there, waiting for the right moment that never comes. Can you feel that frustration now? Every lost opportunity is a valuable connection slipping through your fingers. Every time you hesitate to signal your interest, someone more confident takes your place. You get stuck in this vicious cycle of social invisibility, thinking the problem is your appearance, your money, or your conversation. But I guarantee you one thing. The problem was never what you say. The problem is what you don't communicate before you speak. Studies show that 93% of human communication happens nonverbally. This means that before you open your mouth, you've already transmitted practically everything about who you are, your value, and your intentions. Your body is constantly sending signals that you don't even perceive. I've spent the last 8 years deciphering this silent code of attraction. I've analyzed hundreds of interactions, studied the psychology behind instant interest, and discovered patterns that almost no one notices. What I'm about to share with you now is the result of that obsession to understand how magnetic men operate. They master a secret language that triggers primal attraction. Let's get straight to what matters. There are 7 silent signals that spark intense interest without you needing to say a word. Each of them activates a different part of the female brain, creating a perfect storm of curiosity and attraction. First signal: the calm predator's gaze. Your eyes are the most powerful weapon in your silent arsenal. But I'm not talking about that fixed, creepy stare that many men confuse with confidence. I'm talking about something much more subtle and devastating. The calm predator's gaze works in 3 steps. First, you establish eye contact for exactly 3 seconds. No more, no less. Second, you slowly glance away, as if something more interesting has captured your attention. Third, you look back after a few moments, but this time with an almost imperceptible micro-smile. Do you know why this works? Because you are creating a psychological dance. The first glance establishes interest. The glance away creates mystery and shows you're not desperate. The return with the smile signals approval and creates an instant emotional connection. Remember this: 3 seconds, slow glance away, return with a micro smile. Does that make sense to you? Second signal: the posture of the man who owns the room. You walk into a place, and immediately your body communicates whether you belong there or if you're just visiting. Most men enter hunched, looking for a safe corner, signaling insecurity before they even position themselves. The power posture is different. You occupy space without asking permission. Your shoulders are relaxed and back. Your chest is open, vulnerable, but confident. Your hands are never in your pockets or crossed in front of your body. But here's the secret few apply. You need to anchor your presence to the ground. Plant your feet firmly, shoulder width apart. Distribute your weight evenly. This creates a solid base that your reptilian brain interprets as territorial dominance. When you move, move with purpose. Every step is deliberate. You don't rush or hesitate. It's as if time obeys your rhythm, not the other way around. Can you feel the difference that makes? Third signal: the phantom touch that creates tension. This is one of the most powerful and least understood secrets of silent attraction. You don't need to touch to create the sensation of touch. Your brain doesn't fully differentiate between vivid imagination and reality. The phantom touch works through calculated proximity. You get close enough for the person to feel your energetic presence, but you don't touch. You pass close enough for them to feel the warmth of your body, but you maintain a minimal distance. When you talk to someone, you lean slightly forward during intense moments and pull back during pauses. This creates an invisible dance of approach and retreat that triggers all proximity sensors without actual physical contact. The key is to create anticipation. Every time you get closer, her brain prepares for the touch that doesn't come. This generates a delicious tension that amplifies attraction exponentially. Pay attention to this. Can you visualize the power of this technique? Fourth signal. The breath that synchronizes hearts. Your breath is an invisible conductor leading the symphony of attraction. When you breathe deeply and controlled, you transmit calm and security. But there's something even more powerful happening behind the scenes. Studies show that when two people synchronize their breaths, their heartbeats also align. This creates a deep physiological connection that the brain interprets as intimacy. The technique is simple but requires practice. You subtly observe the person's breathing pattern and gradually adjust yours to match. It doesn't have to be perfect, just close enough to create resonance. After establishing synchronicity, you can lead. Breathe more deeply, and she will follow. Slow your breathing, and she will relax. You are literally guiding her emotional state through your own breathing rhythm. It's almost like magic, isn't it? Fifth signal. The magnetic silence that screams confidence. Most men are terrified of silence. They fill every pause with unnecessary words, nervous laughter, or random sounds. This communicates anxiety and a lack of emotional control. Magnetic silence is the exact opposite. You embrace pauses as if they were your best friends. When someone finishes speaking, you don't rush to respond. You let the silence hang for 2 or 3 extra seconds. In these moments of quiet, something fascinating happens. The tension builds. Expectation grows. The person unconsciously leans towards you, awaiting your response. You become the gravitational center of the interaction. But here's the trick that transforms silence into magnetism. During these pauses, you maintain soft eye contact and a micro smile on your lips. This communicates that you are comfortable, in control, and processing what was said with genuine interest. Silence becomes your most powerful statement. Do you see how this completely reverses the dynamic? Sixth signal. The micro gestures that hypnotize. Your body is constantly sending thousands of micro signals that the brain processes unconsciously. Most of these signals go unnoticed consciously, but they create powerful impressions in the subconscious. The most powerful micro gestures are those that demonstrate calm and control. The slow, deliberate movement of your eyes when you observe the environment. The way you occasionally touch your own face, signaling self-comfort and security. There's a specific gesture that triggers primal attraction. When you slowly and naturally run your hand through your hair, briefly exposing your neck and showing the line of your jaw. This activates evolutionary instincts related to health and vitality. Another devastating micro-gesture is the exposed thumb when your hands are in your pockets. Just the thumb out, the rest of the hand relaxed inside. This communicates casual confidence, as if you are so comfortable that you don't even need your hands fully available. Every small movement tells a story about who you are. Does it make sense how these details change everything? Seventh signal. The energy of the man with options. This is the most subtle and most powerful signal of all. It's an energetic vibration that you emanate when you genuinely don't need anyone's validation. It's the complete opposite of desperation and neediness. The energy of the man with options manifests in how you distribute your attention. You don't obsessively focus on one person. Your gaze naturally wanders around the room. You interact with different people. You demonstrate that your night doesn't depend on a single interaction. But here's the fascinating paradox. The less you need someone's attention, the more that person wants to give you attention. It's an immutable psychological law. Scarcity creates value. Abundance creates attraction. To cultivate this energy, you need to genuinely build a life that satisfies you regardless of external validation. Hobbies that you're passionate about, goals that motivate you, social connections that nourish you. When you have this, the energy simply overflows. You become the sun, not a planet orbiting around others. Can you feel the paradigm shift here? Now let me tell you about the framework that ties all of this together. I call it the silent code, and it works on three fundamental pillars. The first pillar is the magnetic gaze. It's not just about eye contact, but about how you use your eyes to communicate intention, interest, and intensity. Your eyes need to say what your words don't. They need to suggest possibilities, create mystery, and establish connection. The second pillar is the power posture. Every cell of your body needs to scream silent confidence. From how you stand to how you gesture, your body needs to occupy space as if it were born to be exactly where it is. The third pillar is the aura of calm. It's that serene energy that attracts effortlessly. It's being so comfortable in your own skin that others feel comfortable around you. It's transmitting security without arrogance, presence without imposition. When you master these three pillars simultaneously, something magical happens. You become literally irresistible. People are pulled into your orbit, as if you have your own gravitational field. Pay attention, because I'm about to reveal something important to you now. I know part of you is thinking this sounds like manipulation, that it's not authentic to pretend or force these behaviors. Let me clarify one thing definitively. This is not about deceiving anyone. It's about aligning your external communication with your internal value. You already possess natural magnetism. It's just blocked by insecurities and limiting social conditioning. When you apply these techniques, you are not creating a false persona. You are removing the barriers that prevent your true self from shining. It's like polishing a diamond that was always there, just covered in dirt. Authenticity doesn't mean being sloppy with your presentation. It means presenting the best version of yourself consciously and intentionally. It's being strategic about how you communicate your value. Always remember that. Imagine for a moment this scene. You walk into a busy bar next weekend. The music is at the perfect volume, people are chatting animatedly, and the energy of the place is vibrant. But this time, it's different. You walk in with the power posture, your shoulders relaxed, chest open, every step deliberate. You pause for a moment at the entrance, observing the environment with calm authority. Your gaze sweeps across the room unhurriedly. When it meets someone interesting, you maintain contact for those strategic 3 seconds, then naturally look away. You move through the space as if you own it, not with arrogance, but with natural belonging. You choose your position strategically, a place where you can see and be seen. You anchor your presence, plant your feet, breathe deeply. Your energy communicates that you are exactly where you should be. And then it happens. You notice the curious glances. People naturally orient themselves in your direction. Conversations briefly pause when you pass. Smiles appear without apparent explanation. You haven't said a word yet, but you're already on everyone's radar. Feel the difference? You've just discovered the secret most men will never understand. True attraction doesn't start with words. It starts with presence. It starts with energy. It starts with the silent signals you transmit before you even open your mouth. But knowledge without action is just entertainment. You can watch this video, agree with everything, and remain exactly the same. Or you can decide right now that you will master this secret language. Start small. Choose one of the 7 signals and practice it for a week. Then add another. In 2 months, you will have internalized all of them. In 3 months, it will be as natural as breathing. The question isn't whether it works. Studies prove it, experience confirms it, the results are inevitable. The question is whether you will apply it or continue to be invisible. Don't lose another day being ignored. Don't let another opportunity slip away. This is the moment to activate your magnetic presence and reap the results immediately. Get on with it. You have 2 choices now. Continue to be just another face in the crowd, hoping someone magically notices your value. Or become the magnetic beacon that naturally attracts everything you desire, without needing to exert effort or beg for attention. The choice is yours. But time doesn't wait. Like this video now, before you forget. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next secrets about masculine development. Do it right now, while the motivation is high. Because tomorrow you could go back to being invisible. Or it could be the day you finally become unforgettable. Like that magnetic beacon I mentioned at the beginning, you don't need to shout to be seen. Your inner light, when aligned with these silent signals, does all the work. The most powerful attraction happens in complete silence. Now you know the secret.